here with me on this panel are three very important people who have done something to create art as an economic engine as well as its more aesthetic components. What I'd like to do is to ask each of the people, and I'm going to ask Bob here from MOLA first. Each of you are responsible for either a major art institution, an arts-related business, or an art and cultural event, each of which have all had some major success. What have been the challenges on the road to that success? And let's have Bob start.
Thank you, Bob. As the president of MOLA and the host venue for this, I would like to welcome all of you here today and to welcome the mayor. Thank you for coming again. You're a big supporter of MOLA and the arts here, and appreciate it, and all of our elected officials as well. Just a little about MOLA to begin with. Museum of Latin American Art began about 10 years ago here in the West Village section of Long Beach. We're in a very unique part of the community in that I think that no one would have expected such a institution to grow in this part of the world. And I believe that the city and the downtown area, and certainly the cultural life of downtown, has grown as a result of our presence here, and it's kind of grown out to us. So we feel like we're the cornerstone in some ways of downtown, and are using that, I think, as a tremendous influence in the economic life of the city. Some of the challenges that we have, I think, like any arts institution, it's simply the first and foremost, are we relevant to the community we serve here in this area? And of course, MOLA has an international mission because our goals are to exhibit the work of works of fine art from the countries of Latin America. And so we have a very unique mission in trying to connect these artists to this community. But I think we are the right organization in the right place at the right time, given the demographic changes in California and across the nation. We serve many communities here, and I think that in doing so, it creates a number of economic challenges. I think first and foremost, simply survival. I think any arts organization that you talk to is interested primarily in trying to survive in order to meet their mission and then thrive and create an impact in their communities, and MOLA is certainly aiming to do that. Doing that in the nonprofit world in this economic time, with cutbacks in the state of California, in our revenues, in grant funding, in trying to convince people throughout the city that arts and culture is a priority. We feel as important as many other city services, and we can think of our fire and our police, who get primary priority, but we feel we have an impact that's equally important sometimes to that. So that's
thank you. Thanks, Bob. Krista, you started a thing called First Fridays. You just celebrated your first anniversary. Can you tell us real quickly what the event is and what the challenges were putting that together?
Sure. First Fridays started a year ago out of a basic need of I ran out of advertising dollars for my business, so I needed to figure out a way to get large numbers of people to find out about my business. And I knew some artists, and I had friends that knew artists, and I had really high walls in my shop. And so in a time span of a couple of months, we got set up to hang the artwork. And the first time we had 30 to 40 people show up, and we were excited when somebody walked in that we didn't know. And every month thereafter, we saw the crowd get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Early on, we told the business association to that we were going to do this, and we said, you know, how can you help us? I am one stained glass store owner. I have no crew. It's just me. And I was told, you are one business. We cannot help you. And so I said, okay, fine, I'll figure out a way to do it on my own. And so we my friends Peter and Keith, we talked to different business owners up and down the street and said, you know, we're going to stay open late on a Friday night till about 10 o'clock here in Bixby Knolls. How about you guys stay open late and we just do lights on, you know, keep lights on and make it look like something's happening up here. And other businesses looked at me like I was out in left field. And so we just soldiered on and we did it ourselves. And for several months we were by ourselves. We were the only store lights on. And they saw the crowd get bigger and bigger, and so these business owners finally were thinking, you know, maybe she's onto something here. Because we were getting these big crowds, and then these people didn't have anywhere else to go. And so restaurants got involved and other businesses. And so the biggest challenge has just been to sell the idea to stay open late in an area of town that doesn't generally keep late hours. The other challenge for us has been, you know, money. Primarily, First Fridays has been funded out of individual business owners' pockets. We've been fortunate to get some sponsorship from from Farmers and Merchants Bank, and a resident in the area works for Wachovia Bank. So we got some funding from those sources. And it's been really tough to just sell the simple idea to other businesses to say, you know, let's just show some art.
Excuse me, Krista, do you have any accountability on the amount of people that you've been bringing into First Fridays? Do you have any record of how many people are you drawing in? Because I hear it's a very successful event.
Yeah, well, in my place of business alone, on that night, we'll see between 175 and 200 people come through my shop. I've talked to restaurant owners, and they've served, you know, a couple of hundred meals a piece on those nights, so that's, you know, 400 people there. So our calculation is anywhere between 800 and 1,000 people, depending on whether or not there's a baseball game or wind or, you know, all the other distractions. So we are getting a pretty big number of people. And then the other challenge has just been to get to the residents. And once it does get into the neighborhoods, they've been pretty supportive.
Great, thanks, Krista. Ryan, University by the Sea seems to have done pretty well for its first time out. You want to tell us a little bit about it and what the challenge was getting that off the ground?
Yeah, I helped create an event called University by the Sea, where we basically turned downtown into a university for a day. And I think that the largest challenge for an event like this was that there wasn't a roadmap for us. There was no clear-cut path of what to do or how to do it, how fast, etc. And so now that the event is done and it's been a success, what I've realized about it is that it was just a process. And what we've left behind is a process that we'll use again, and that I hope that more artists and people in the community will utilize, because it's the correct process. And the first thing that you need to do is you need to create an amazing event. And you need to get amazing partners. We were happy to partner with the City of Long Beach, with the Redevelopment Agency, the Downtown Long Beach Associates, and the Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Arts Council, and private developers. And with those guys behind us, we could not fail. They gave us money, they gave us support, they helped us with everything from vendors to opening up a historic underground tunnel. And really, it's when you have the idea, you need to take it to the level where you find how it will solve problems for your partners and make solutions for your partners, so that they can really invest in you and put their credibility in you and their trust, and so that you can run with it.